Hey, everybody, it's Lee Bailey, and that's Fred over there.
Hey, I look like a Fred and I feel like a Fred.
You feel like a Fred. You look like a Fred.
Sometimes
You
you
look
feel
like
like
a
a nut.
Frederic. Frederic.
That's right. How are you?
I am
Oh,
well, my friend. Hold on, let me do something. Yeah, see, I saw your little haircut. I like that.
thank you. I
Hold
got
on
well.
here. Fred.
I like it.
I do too.
You might as well have a lot of Fred.
Get all the Fred you can get, baby.
That's it.
Get it while it's hot.
You can never get enough Fred, bruh.
Funny guy. I can never get enough Fred.
Just ask Kathy.
She'll tell you she's had too much Fred. I don't want any
No,
more
no, no,
Fred.
no, no, no. She has never had enough Fred. No, Fred. No, there's not much Fred to go around.
There you go. There we go. I'll move that over here.
You'd like it if she said, "Oh, I've had too much Fred."
I've had Fred. I
I
love your background. It's just
thank you. So we've redone the studio here and got a nice little seating area. You see over here we have.
I like the black.
That's for getting our shoes done right there.
Yep. Oh yeah, nice.
We have a polisher comes in and shoe polishes everybody's shoes.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice little bar over there. See.
Yep.
Pool table. You can't see the pool table. Well, actually, hold on.
Oh. Very nice.
Hold on. There you go. Now you can see the pool table.
Look at that.
And the TV. There's a TV also on that over there. So
I see it.
No. That's the TV there.
Yeah.
But I have another TV on the other side of the camera. So.
Merry Christmas.
There you are. Okay.
Now, how does one find their backgrounds that they can do? Let's see.
You got to have a green screen behind you, bro.
Oh, of course, that would make a lot of sense. Hey, kill that. Let's see a green screen. Can you kill it live?
Yes, I can kill it. All right, hold on.
Nice. Now, isn't that amazing?
There's none. There we go. None. There's my green screen. There's no green. There's the green screen. Now we're at a football game and we're talking like, well, we gave everything we could. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be another day in the books. Whatever.
How do you get everybody ready for Cincinnati? How do you get everybody ready for Cincinnati after a game like this?
I know. It's I don't know how we get. We just try to do it one day at a time.
One day at a time. That's right. One day at a time.
Yeah. One game at a time, one day at a time. We just do the best we can and let the chips fall where they may.
Man, oh man, I don't know why they interview coaches anymore. For the last 20 years, have said the same thing. Oh, look at that.
You like this one? That's a nice one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this green around my head here, though. This is kind of stupid.
Oh, yeah. Why is your head?
Hotkeys. What's this?
You're not wearing a hat or anything, so there's no green. Nothing with you.
No, there's no green there. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know what the hell's going on here. What is all that weirdness?
Damn green screens today, not like what we had. Real green.
That's right.
That's right.
You used to have a real green screen.
A leprechaun would have been proud to wear the green we had on.
Indeed. Actually, I've got this going on, though.
Oh, you're getting it everywhere.
You know what, though? It's not really doing it. That's weird.
What color is your bracelet?
Green. So it should be coming through. But it's not. I think something's wrong with this particular picture. Because if you go to this picture.
Yep.
No, there's that green again.
It likes your hair.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's going after your hair.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
What do I have going? I have the background faded out. I must have done something. Let me see. That's not it. Virtual background. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
What am I saying? I don't even see it yet. It's not even here. But it looks like it's
I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. Today in Magazine Instagram, we have found and uncovered that Vladimir Putin has decided that he will invade the Ukraine. Yeah.
Hey, it's brickwork.
It's brickwork.
Can you see that?
Oh, hey, hold on a minute. Hold on. Wait 1 second, buddy.
Nice.
Hey, look. There's
We're
the
next
same
to each other.
background.
Hey, look, the bricks go together. We
They
got up this
do.
morning. We started bricking the wall there.
It's right. That's right.
Oop.
Why is this acting weird today?
I could
Is
poke
it
you in
because
the
of
eyes.
where I'm
Like a
sitting?
Three Stooges thing. Oh,
Hey.
there we go. Hey.
Wouldn't it be fun if we had something I could throw to you
There you go.
and you could catch it? Yeah, I don't have one of those though.
Well, then you can pull that up.
Here, let me hand you this. This is a Chick-fil-A card.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go, Fred.
Where's my hand? There we go.
Actually, I have two of them. If you had one, it'd be kind of cool.
Well, we
You do
could.
magic and everything.
Let's see here.
Oh God, I don't have any
We
cards.
could do some magic tricks. Okay, I'm not looking. I'm only looking at the back of the cards. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Stop. I'm going to predict that your card is the 8 of hearts.
How did you know?
That was a guess. That was a crazy guess.
The crazy guess. What else do I have here? Oh, look, I have a toothbrush.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
I have a Providence Reds beer mug.
I have a bullet.
No, real one? Oh, my.
It's not a real bullet. It's actually a penknife.
There you go. So you kill them slower.
Right. Stab, 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 stab.
There you go.
Providence. What did that say?
Reds.
The Providence Reds.
It's a great team. Around a long time.
They still around?
And like now they're gone. Great time. I wish there was somebody from Rhode Island listening. We could trade Red stories.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be fun. Oh, hold on. Somebody's. I bet you. There's 6 comments. At least 5 are tour.
Absolutely. Mine is more than 6.
Oh, yeah, they're all tour.
Looking forward. Hi, Tora. Happy birthday.
He has a sickness. He's dealing with a sickness.
Oh, Tora.
Tora, you've been dealing with a sickness your whole life. And I don't mean, I meant your mental.
Tora, you got it. You need me for wingman?
Fred is the main man. Laugh out loud. Fred should be my wingman to talk to girls.
Let's do it, buddy.
I still need Lee to set up my radio studio so I can do whenever you're ready for me to come do that, boy. I can do that. Asking for prayers for my health is very bad scare. Not cool, Lee. Not cool. Because I said he's always. I meant you're crazy. I don't mean all the other stuff that you have to deal with in your life. I was just being silly.
We had to have a
I'm just being silly for Tora.
You don't need an old geese like me to be wingman. You need some hip young guy, but we'll do it. I'll tell you what. We'll go to an FCDC meeting.
You know, now these days, Fred and Tora, you get a little earpiece. Good God. He said he wasn't coming on tonight. He said, I'm not coming on. I have a sickness to deal with, which means he's not feeling well. I understand that completely. I don't know that sickness would be the word I would use, but that's okay. It's just a matter of vernacular. Hi, Tora. Where are you?
My house. My parents' house, because
you're
I've been sick overnight. I think it's a cold. I'm not sure because I've been like severely coughing very badly.
I think you're contagious, so be careful. Don't get me sick.
Well, we're not even seeing each other in personally. Virtual.
Oh, it can't go across the virtual part?
No.
I'm kidding.
Fredo.
Look at me and Fred are in the same place. We're in the same room.
I can't get myself out of what I just did. How did I get into?
What?
I don't know how I get these bricks away.
You have to go down to Cam and Mike at the bottom of your screen. Click on that. Go to virtual background and put in none.
How come it's not letting me do that?
What's this one here? Wait a minute. Well, there's my piano.
Yeah, that's the same one I have.
Do that?
All right, so let me go to none.
Hold on,
Hey,
don't do.
yeah.
All right. Well,
How is it not letting me do it?
I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Because you're on your phone.
Well, yeah.
Phone's a little different than being on the computer.
Where's everyone else?
I don't know.
Oh,
Not
oh.
here.
Billy Boy's got his daughter's high school basketball game.
Yeah, they heard Tor wasn't going to be on tonight, so they decided not to come on the show.
Did you see Heineke?
I was in the store.
Heineke got COVID.
I want to hear about this. I was
you
in
know
the
that we
store
all
today.
watch the news, Tora? You know that, right?
I didn't see anything.
Washington is screwed.
And this guy said to me, I was in the mall today shopping, and he said, "Boy, too bad for your team." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Everybody's sick." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, they announced it at 8:30 this morning." I said, "I've been out all day. I missed everything." So what's going on? Like 2 of the quarterbacks have COVID.
Listen, 25 players are in COVID protocol.
Oh, get out!
No, that does not mean they're sick.
And
right,
they moved the game to Tuesday night.
Yeah,
they postponed the game to Tuesday, and they brought in Bradley Gilbert, who they used to have at wherever the hell they came from, Panthers.
Yeah, I'm surprised. What's his name? Kyle Allen is also on COVID list too.
Why? They all work together. So if one gets it, guess what? That's how it works.
Surprised the coach didn't get it.
I'll bet.
Well, he's probably very, very careful.
Well, he had cancer last year, so.
Once again, thank you for that information, Tora. Tora is a font of information.
He's a font. If I ever saw a font, you would be.
If I've ever saw a font, that's right.
We missed both of you guys at my shindig the other day.
Yeah. Well, how was that? Was that fun?
It was good. We did karaoke.
Oh, that sounds like I'm glad I didn't come then.
Well, you're a really good singer, Lee. You're an excellent singer.
But I don't like singing in front of people who don't know how to sing. It makes me feel sad for them. I'm sorry.
Why do you think that?
Why do I think what?
That karaoke is sad.
I said I don't like to sing in front of people who don't know how to sing. Because then they feel sad.
It's about having fun, Lee.
Yeah, I know, but people don't have fun when they hear my beautiful, lustrous voice. Then they start feeling sad.
You know, the only person who hasn't come to my apartment yet is Fred. He keeps flaking.
I'm the only one? Oh,
Amy hasn't been there. Walter hasn't been there.
Oh, yeah, but Amy's in Pennsylvania.
Pauline hasn't been there.
Yeah, so are you having a show next week?
How about if you say the only one who has been there?
Yeah, are you having a show?
Hey, how about that? There's only one person who has been there. It's not Fred's the only one that hasn't been there because no one else has been there.
Yeah, you've been there multiple times.
I know.
I
know. How about giving me a little credit?
And the funny thing is,
not giving me any damn credit.
The funny thing is, on Saturday we have a whole lot of leftovers left because John Wood brought like 10 trays of food and we didn't eat it.
How many people came?
30 people.
Wow.
That's good.
That is my last event, though, until Omicron is dealt with.
It's Omicron. Well, that's wise. That's wise, Tora. And I hope you don't have Omicron. But you've been
I don't have any symptoms, so I don't think I do.
Good. You should be fine.
I was like Tora a few days ago. I was really sick. In fact, I went last Thursday for a test. I think it was Thursday. Because I said, "Oh my God, don't tell me I've got this thing now." And it came back negative. It was just this like flu type of. If it was any other year, I would have just said, "Oh, I got sniffles for a couple of days."
Yeah, I got the flu.
Yeah, because of this, you go like, "Oh my God!"
And basically, it is a flu virus. It's just a very elevated one that's deadly.
Yeah, let's hope.
And the flu's deadly too. So there you go.
Let's hope that we don't get shut down again. The government.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, if everybody would just wear their stinking, frickin' masks, we'll be fine.
I saw your photos, Lee. You're crushing it as Santa this week.
I know.
What happened?
I've been ho-ho-hoing, don't you know? Ho-ho-hoing, don't you know? You didn't see the pictures from my ho-ho-hoing?
I didn't. I normally do most years, and I think they're excellent. And
well, Fred, hold on a second here. Let me show you some.
All right. I was going to get some, but I'll take them from you. Let's be even better.
Lee's done a remarkable job of like portraying Santa because I've seen the videos and pictures.
Oh yeah, it's really, really, really outstanding.
Is what I do, baby girl, baby boy. That's what I do.
So Fred hung out of town for the holidays.
Here we go, Fred. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the kids. Oh, I don't know if I should be showing them. They're on Facebook, so
God, I don't like that.
Doesn't matter. It says Christmas, whatever it says. There I am, Fred.
Yeah.
And then there's the Scott family. There they are.
Cute kids.
Yeah, and mostly it's just pictures of the kids. Uh-oh. Can you hear that?
No.
You don't hear anything?
No. I can see you singing with them, but we don't get any audio pickup.
Hold on. There's something here with that. Hold on. Ah. Here we go. Now can you hear it?
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Then all the reindeers loved him, and they shouted out with glee,
Yippee!
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in his open sleigh.
Isn't that little girl cute right there in the front looking at me? That's a very cute family. Anyway.
So how much do you charge usually?
That's if you have some kids and would like to do that or know anybody that would, have them call me and I'll discuss that with them.
I might do it for my little cousins.
$50.
Not bad.
Do it.
I don't think it's bad at all. It's actually less than I was thinking about doing this year. I was going to do 75
this year.
Did you see
that joke of coach got fired?
Oh, from Jacksonville?
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
I didn't see that, no.
We lost Fred.
I know. I see. Again, thank you, Tora, for that information.
What? I'm an NFL insider. I like to.
No, when you said we lost Fred, it's like, no, you're kidding me, Tora. I got to give you a hard time.
Are you doing a show next week at all because of the holiday? Friday's Christmas Eve.
I know, probably not Friday, but we'll probably have a trivia show. We'll do a Christmas or holiday or whatever. I don't know where Fred went.
Hey,
would you hit the wrong button, Fred?
Lee, it would have been funny if I got you a Secret Santa because I would have got you one of your favorite gifts.
Oh,
another hat that says "Tourist #1 fan."
Not revealing.
I like that.
By the way, Fred, my apartment has a cool party room, in which it's kind of big, and you can literally, you can see the pool right in front of it too.
Nice.
Did you have your party there that last time?
No, but I'm gonna do it in the summer.
Hey, Tora, Act Blue sent me a T-shirt for no reason. It says I'm a small dollar donor. And my wife thinks it's insulting. I said, no, I think it's fine. I like it. I have a couple other T-shirts. I wish I'd.
You know why I think it's insulting? Because you did not make a small donation.
Huh?
That's why.
I have a Jerry Connolly T-shirt and an FCDC.
Yeah, you know I'm not supporting Jerry Connolly this year.
What's that?
I'm not supporting Jerry Connolly.
Oh, I saw that. You're pushing for the person who wants to primary him.
Yeah, Ali Dulcimer.
Say his name again.
Don't do that, Lee.
Who?
Ali Dulcimer.
No. The other one.
Jerry Connolly.
Almost. Whew.
I've already got a lot of heat
Upsets
about it. I don't care.
People giving you trouble?
Yeah, people have sent me threatening messages.
Wow. Go blue, go blue, go blue.
Basically, the comments were like, "We're going to make sure that the party bans you for life."
Oh, that's bullshit. That's baloney.
Go blue, go blue, go blue. Loving, caring, sharing, and kind.
And that comes out as, if you don't follow the party official stance, then you're Cam. That's ridiculous. They should welcome that. We had an LCDC meeting last night, and a prominent person had a position on something. And I said, I understand, but the way I'm going to go is this way, and here's why. And he explained why, he was right and I was wrong. And I explained why, and it was gentlemanly. It was very nice. I understand what you're saying, but
you didn't come to fisticuffs.
And that's the way it should be.
You didn't do this. You didn't do this, Fred.
Yeah, you guys excited for college football mania this Friday?
No, but Tor, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you about a story about a man named Fred.
A man named Fred.
Is that you?
Yes. Years ago. I still have the email. If they ever want to see it, I'll send it to you. I'll find it somewhere. I wrote to ESPN and I said, college basketball should do 24 hours of college basketball on a weekend. So you have a game in the East Coast and, Central Mountain all the way down to Alaska or Hawaii, then wrap around to University of Puerto Rico and then come back. And you would need a couple little breaks in here to get people caught up on the scores. Also, you have some gaps where there'd be like no game at, between 3:30 and 3:45 in the morning or something. So
send a couple of teams to Australia.
And I said, so I said, I suggested that. And they came back with, we don't take any ideas from people, blah, 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 blah. Sure enough, they freaking did it. It was about 8-10 years ago. They went around the clock with basketball. I had the same idea like they just did with basketball in the Virgin Islands. I always thought in the middle of the winter, go somewhere really cool. The big teams,
like
the big teams will come. Well, the big teams traveling from University of Arizona to Providence to play Providence College or in the winter, or to go to the Virgin Islands, it's going to cost them about the same amount of money. The alumni will go like crazy. If you told the alumni, hey, we're all going to watch them play Providence at Virgin Islands or whatever. And now they did it. BJ shot it last week for ESPN.
Yeah, I remember. I saw it.
Great.
I think it's awesome. It's funny. This sounds weird, you guys, but when I used to play Madden, or not Madden, but college football, on the game.
Yep.
If my team, which it did because I stacked my team big time, I made players and all that kind of stuff. So if my team won the national championship, guess where I took them for games the next year?
A sports bar.
Hawaii. I went and played against Hawaii at Hawaii. And it was my treat to my players. They got to go to Hawaii. It's all a video game, so it doesn't really matter. But Hawaii that's the kind of crap. If I was the Alabama coach, that's absolutely what I would do. Absolutely. I say, dude, let's go to Hawaii for the first game next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they would love it. They would love it.
We go down a week in advance, right? Go down a week in advance. Actually, if it's the first game of the season, you go down 2 weeks in advance for training, right?
Bring the alumni in. Bring the alumni
down. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honest to God, that would be the best thing ever.
Do it.
Hell yeah. And then the second game is in Florida. The third game is in Texas. I'm down near, what's the name? Corpus Christi,
Yeah, or Tampa.
I was in London years ago when back in the 1980 when we were young and there. University of Minnesota was playing in London against somebody. And it was college basketball game. We went, and so I would do the same thing. I would bring my players, particularly basketball, we have more games than football. You don't have, take them out somewhere so that they're jazzed up. Recruits, you tell some high school kid, look, yeah, you can go play for Alabama, that's great, but if you come over here to Auburn, we're going to Virgin Islands in the middle of the summer.
And National Signing Day was yesterday.
Well, it was.
Yeah. Mario Cristobal was fired up as the new Miami coach.
Tora, how do you know all this stuff? How do you know?
I watches ESPN. It's all on ESPN.
ESPN is my favorite network, okay?
Mine too. That's why all the stuff he's saying, Fred, all the stuff that he's saying, I know.
Oh.
But Tora says it like he's the only one that knows what's going on.
And because ESPN is not a fake news organization. They tell accurate news.
Yeah, like Fox.
I need to find my photo. I think Lee's seen it years ago. Nick was like 13. So I would have been, 40, maybe, whatever it was. We went to ESPN. I contacted them ahead of time. I said, you do tours? They said, yeah. I said, okay, we'll take December 27th because we were up there for New England. Well, nobody else was there but us. It was just me and Nick.
Nice.
So they had.
Were the anchors? Any of the anchors? Did you see any of the anchors and stuff?
I saw a couple, like the reporters, not the anchors. I think they were moving up. The reporters were moving up to anchoring because it was the Christmas holiday and the anchors.
Yeah.
So this was a big shot to anchor, so they were sticking around. Sorry, Mom and Dad, I won't be home for Christmas, but I get to anchor the 6:30 show.
Right.
So, but you went by all the desks, all the offices, and all their desks, and
so
they had everything was paper back then. They had lots of the yearbooks from the colleges. The big schools would put out everything you want to know.
Oh yeah, media guide. It's called a media guide.
Yeah, everything you wanted to know.
Yep. Big, thick media guides are huge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were this thing. Each one of them, and they had piles of them on their desks. Everybody had them. One of the coolest, I'm sure they still do this today.
Tori, you look like you're gonna pass out. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Fred.
because I'm on medication right now.
Okay, Tori, you would love this. They had a room with dozens and dozens of desks and televisions and recorders. And you'd get assigned, they got a lot of college kids to do this. Basketball and football, well, at the time, we were there Christmas time. You get assigned a game, you go in and you record the game and you mark every play. And they'll say, Tora, you have the Colorado-Arizona game, you got 30 seconds to give us a package. Lee, you've got the premier game, you've got Alabama-Auburn, you get 1:15.
There's a new sports betting app.
Hey man, forget that. So you go and you watch. I think they still do this, Tori. You go and you watch, and I don't think you have to go there anymore. You can watch the game from home. You mark down all the times of the great plays. So you say, interception here, blah, blah, and you think you got a show, and sometimes later at the very end, the last few seconds, something else happens. So you start cutting, and they'll say, you got 45 minutes to get us that package edited, and notes to the announcer. So the announcer says, so and so going deep to, because he doesn't know who's going deep to. He just sees the quarterback going back to chuck it. So you give them the notes, and guys would show up and do one game a week or whatever. They hired a whole bunch of people to do that.
That's nice. Well, a lot of times too, the anchors will do they get the package. They sit down, watch the packages, and they write their own notes because they have their own. That's the big time guys. Because they have their own way of doing things.
You know who a big time guy is? Mr. Lee Bailey. I'll tell you what happened. Brian, this other guy and I went to cover Robinson playing somebody in the regional championships with boys and girls. And we had enough time to get 1.5 of the games and get back on the studio with time. Lee's sitting in the studio with 10 minutes to air. Brian's, this other guy you don't know, is editing while I'm driving. I shot it. I made notes on paper where I could, and then he took my notes and he edited in the car. We showed it once to Lee, and Lee says to me, come on the air with me. I said, no, Lee, I'm no good. Don't worry, I'll cover you. I'll carry it. Just come on and tell, say what's happening. Because you only saw the notes once. You didn't have enough time to know what was going on.
Right.
So
that's amazing.
And it was so cool because there were some situations. I just seen the game, like 45 minutes before. So it was fresh in my memory. And I said, watch this guy with the so-and-so and the this and the that. And there's one guy fell backwards at the top of the key. Fell backwards and just chucked the ball up, and it did go in. And I know this, but nobody else does. So I said, "Oh, is it going to make it? Oh, and it's a 3-pointer for Joe Blow from."
They used to have a thing in New York City called like the NFL Zone, where fans going to come in and play games and meet celebrities and also take pictures in the actual set. They removed that because of COVID. It's gone now. It's sad. So did you guys see? Did you guys see?
Years, so I don't know.
Did you guys see the ending last night between the Chiefs and Chargers?
No.
Yes, I did on playback. I didn't see it.
Travis Kelce, beast.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but the big one was did you hear about Fred? Missed an extra point, dude. That's how they lost. Boom. Is that right? Wait a minute.
No, it's
no. You know what game I was watching? I'm sorry, that's not true. I was watching the Alabama 2001 Alabama versus Michigan game, the bowl game, and Tom Brady beat Alabama with one, and because Alabama missed the extra point, they were in overtime.
I have a feeling it's going to be Alabama and Michigan in the championship this year.
I'd love it. I'd love if Michigan. I don't want Alabama. I want Cincinnati to beat Alabama. My God, that would be awesome. My God, I would. By God, I would. I don't know what I would do if Cincinnati would beat Alabama. I would just. I'd run out in the street naked and yell, "Go Cincy!" I mean, I'm not kidding. Somebody get the cameras ready because if they win, if they beat Alabama, I don't think they have a chance. But if they beat Alabama, I will run into the street naked.
All right, there you go, Tora.
Cool.
Done
well,
deal.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off because I have to get a nebulizer treatment. But have a good show.
All right, buddy. Thank you, buddy. See ya. Feel better.
There you go.
Oh, there he goes. Off to Never Land.
So what happened over at the 29 Diner? They had a fire in the back or in the kitchen? What happened?
The kitchen. The kitchen had a fire.
And nobody got hurt or anything?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
Good.
No one got hurt. No sirree, Bob, Jilly.
Okay,
Bob.
so Mary's posting of the music, was that your daughter's chorus from school? Is that?
Yes.
I said to Kathy, listen to this, and she wasn't watching. I said, let's just listen. I said, that doesn't sound like high school, does it? She said, that was high school? I said, yeah. They were outstanding.
Yeah.
Truly. And I'm not saying that to be a nice guy.
Yeah. I know.
It was incredible. I just couldn't believe it. That
doesn't I agree. I agree. And I'm pretty, let me tell you something. I'm a music snob. Okay. If I hear, like, for instance, should have heard me coming over here today. They were playing this stupid song by Eddie Vedder. I freaking hate Eddie Vedder. I think he has the worst voice. He's just a loser. But they were playing it and they were talking, oh, Eddie Vedder's coming to town with his new band. I'm like going, yeah, well, maybe I'll burn the place. No, I'm kidding. But of course I'm kidding. But you know, if you're not good, I don't want to hear you. I mean, I love that voice competition. And this year, this dad and his son, they went through to almost the finals, and I'm like, they just weren't that good. It was it was kind of a social media blitz campaign why they got through so far. And I'm not getting into that. That's not why. I just don't think they sounded as professional as the rest of them. It had nothing to do with that. I mean, God bless them both, you know, I mean, good for them, you know, but they just didn't sound, they got farther than they should have gotten, I think.
Yeah, we should get you on one of those shows.
Yeah, well, except for I have absolutely no recognition. There's no one who knows who the hell Lee Bailey is. So that wouldn't work. But I think I could speak properly about it and stuff like that.
We get you on what the heck's America's Got Talent?
Me and Howard Stern.
No, you go sing. Howard's gone anyway.
Oh, go sing. No, I am not. I can't remember things. I'm terrible at that, Fred. It's one of the reasons I don't do a lot of stuff is because I have a hardest time memorizing stuff. And I just, you know, I'm like, because I like theater and all that stuff, and I really might have given it a shot, but I just cannot. My ADHD,
you know what's
does
going
not
on
allow me to remember crap.
And orchestras are now, I'm sure you probably know this, instead of having the sheet music here and then turning the page every now and then.
A lot of them had them on iPads.
Exactly, iPad, and they're just following. I don't know who's following. I guess the musicians following the iPad, or they want them to go faster or slower. But and I guess
if you know, there's all kinds of things, Fred. They don't have iPads. They have digital screens,
right?
And the digital screen is there, and the player can hit a foot pedal to flip the page. And they've been doing that. Pianists have started to have done that as well. Instead of, you know, you see him do that, right? You see him reach up real quick, turn the page, but they know where to turn the page also.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they may turn the page a couple measures before their part's over or that page is over because they remember what they have to play for 2 measures, and then they turn the page. You know, Ben. My son is in the TS. Hold on. The Capitol Symphony Youth Orchestra. TCSYO. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
the Capitol Symphony Youth Orchestra, which is weird. It should be the Youth Symphony Orchestra, but it's not. So I have to remember how the letters go. But he's with them, which is high school, middle school age groups. They have a high school for the TSYCO too. CYO. And he's right now playing with. Actually, I think he's playing with the high schoolers. He's in chamber. He's in the chamber orchestra. He also plays at Lake Braddock. He plays the bass, and he's only bass at Lake Braddock in the middle school orchestras. Wow. So we always tease him about how you gotta watch out. You're going to lose your chair. You know, Braxton. Wow, and and he says that the other guy, is a ghost player. He like moves his bow, but he doesn't actually play on the strings. So Ben's the one playing, and he's taken he's so into it. I mean, it's just so wonderful to watch him. And then, of course, he was Dr. Doolittle in the middle school play.
Nice.
Dr. Doolittle. And he did a phenomenal job, Fred. I got because I was around listening to him practicing. And honestly, wasn't that promising, the practicing. But when I went and saw the show, I cried. I mean, he was so good. I was like, holy crap. Didn't miss a note, didn't go flat, didn't go sharp. He was right on the money. He was in the pocket the whole time. It was beautiful.
Isn't it funny? People like singers or musicians and athletes. Some are practice players and some are performance players. You get on a football team, guys like.
Oh, I was that way for soccer. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not interested in running up and down and doing this, all this stuff. Like John Riggins, he would rest his back until Friday. He'd go to the meetings to find out what the plays are, do a little bit Friday and Saturday lightly, and then he'd go clobber everybody on Sunday. Then he'd need 3 or 4 days of rest. Yeah. And there are some players who are game players, and some guys who are practice players, and it's
yeah.
I don't know.
One of the reasons I will tell you, it's one of the reasons why I didn't play varsity for Robinson or try out even, really. I didn't even really try out because I don't try out. You either want me on your team or you don't want me on your team. I mean, and in practice, guys score on me all over the place. I don't have the killer instinct in practice. I just don't. But when we're playing a game, that goal belongs to me.
Yep.
And you're not putting a ball in there. I refuse to let you, and I will take you out if you're trying to. I am so aggressive and so, no way. And that's how I am. I'm a gamer. I just play during the game, I played. We called it travel soccer when I was playing soccer, not select or whatever the hell they call it now. We played travel and, or we played select. I'm sorry. It was called select. Now it's called travel. And I played on the travel team. And the reason why I got on the team is because they needed a backup, and that's what I was going to be, the backup. So I was like, sure. The coach came to me. He was coaching the select team. Plus he had that's right. We played select in the fall. And we played house league in the spring. We didn't have year-round soccer for select. So in the spring, I played for the guy who ran the select team in the fall. And I didn't get scored on when we played. I don't know if I maybe got a goal against me, maybe. But I was 2 goalies, and we switched off. And when I played, I didn't get scored on. When he played, he was pretty good. Don't get me wrong. He was a good goalie. But he dove for a ball, broke his elbow. And so the coach put me, I, of course, then started playing. And I played throughout the entire select season and got accolades and all that kind of stuff from the BRYC and from the NASL, National American Soccer League, or whatever. Anyway, whatever. And, but I'm a goof. Run laps. Whatever. I'm walking. That's Come on, Lee. You know, and like, let's go. And I'm like, well, why? What for? I'm a goalie. I don't run up and down the field. There's no reason for me to run around laps. I don't need to have stamina. You know, it's not like, honestly, I was just like, it's ridiculous. There's no reason for me to run laps. Get out of here. I don't have to do that. You know?
Yeah, you're never going to do that in the game. That's not what they brought you up for.
Yeah. And then if I was screwing around or something and they scored on me or whatever in practice, Lee, take a lap. Okay, I'd walk a lap, you know, whatever. And get back in the goal. And I would play. Listen, I would save my share of goals in the practice. I mean, I'd go all out occasionally, especially depending on the players. You know what I mean? Like I would aim up with somebody, and if somebody else was kicking, I wasn't paying attention to them. I was focused on that guy coming with the ball. So other people would score while I'm not sitting there trying to stop 8 different guys kicking balls at me. You know, I'm like, that's stupid. And believe me, ball hits me, I'm walking over behind the goal. I'm like, okay, I'm not standing in that goal with 8 people shooting at me. You know, that's ridiculous. I'm going to get hit. But, you know, and I just really enjoyed playing. I loved the camaraderie. I loved playing. Yep. I loved being the guy. I loved being the guy, you know. I loved being the guy that was, you know, everybody was counting on to do the job.
Yep.
And, you know, and I all the way through youth soccer, I was the same way. And if you look at the pictures, the team pictures, there I am going this, you know, or whatever. Everybody else is all serious and cool, and I'm holding the ball, come the goal, you know, going, being a nut. I'm just being a nut. But you didn't score on me, man. I'm going to tell you something. It had to be a fluke to get a ball past me. You know, it had to be a fluke, or I might misjudge something possibly, but no one ever got an honest freaking goal off me. Honestly. Nice. So.
Yeah, because some are flukes. I mean, I played a lot of hockey, and some, you know, a little groove in the ice or something, the puck hits, they go bling.
Oh yeah. Same with when I played baseball and stuff like that. When it hit that green, the grass,
a bad hop,
boom, off me. I'm like, shit, you know. But mostly I'm in front of the ball. So guess what? Even if it's a bad hop, it hits me. Hits me and falls in front of me, right? Which may be too late to throw them out at first, but
it keeps them from getting the second. It keeps anybody
exactly. Or like because I played first base, or with the guys throwing to me, and I can usually dig up out of the dirt pretty easily. But if let's say it bounced weird and you know I would knock it down, it didn't get past me for a multiple base run. The guy going to first stayed on first because the ball.
I love those videos. There. There's a ton of videos of baseball plays. You know, greatest throw of you know somebody got thrown out at something. Or,
yeah.
And it's just amazing to see some of it's just for fun. I watch these things. Guys, Pete Rose was. Regardless of what you think of him,
Charlie Hustle.
When he would get a base on balls, he
run.
He sprinted.
Yeah.
He would get to second. There was no. You know, if you get hit by the pitch, it's a dead ball and everything stops. You know, you can't advance, and the umpire will tell you where you go.
And he would run to first base.
If you walk, you can go all the way around if you want to. And he would sprint to first, and he'd see nobody looking. The pitcher and the catcher arguing, pissing, and then he'd take off for second. Particularly if the second baseman came in to get in the argument, nobody's called time, you know. And sometimes when they put the shift on, I've seen this fairly lately, where they, the first baseman, the second baseman, and the shortstop. Move over, and the third baseman covers everything between second and third. The shortstop's sort of behind second, and then
and trust me on this.
So if you can get to second,
that happened once or
nobody there.
That happened once or twice because guess what? From then on, they knew.
Oh yeah,
he will go to second if you let him. You know, so don't.
You can't. Don't let him go.
Oh no, they got everybody else in the team yelling at the second baseman. Stay on second.
There you go.
He's going to come past you, and he's going to come.
Yeah.
So, no doubt about it. But he would run it out to first base, no doubt about it.
Got it out.
And that was cool. Yeah.
You don't have to do it a lot for them to pay attention. You know, once they start paying attention, they're not doing other things. They're not looking at the guy at third to maybe pick him off.
They said, I still got to worry about P. Rose, who's coming around first with a head of steam like he's going to second. I got to stop somebody somewhere, you know? And if I try to throw back to second to get a third to get this guy out, Rose is going to go slowly in belly first.
What people knew how to do after a while, what you need to know how to do is when the guy says, take your base, at that very moment, you go, time him. You know, and they call time and he has to stop it first.
And then he's got to stop, right?
It's such an easy thing to do, you know, and people don't think about doing stuff like that. My favorite play, and I never ever did this play because I never even knew about it until I was way out of playing baseball or softball or anything like that, is the fake when the first baseman goes out to the pitcher after throwing the ball to him or whatever, and he acts like he puts the ball in the pitcher's hand, goes back over, and the guy starts to lead off, and then he tags him. Oh my God, I love that play. That play is so either that one or the pitcher throws to him. Okay.
He pretends
the ball. He pretends to miss the ball, but he didn't have the ball. Even pitcher still has the ball.
Right. He throws it to second.
Right? Pitcher goes whoop like that, and you go damn it, and you go after it, and that's what you say. You say shit, you know, or something like that, and the runner's like, oh shit, and he starts going. Then the pitcher just goes.
There's a bunch of pickoff play videos that are
they're fun to watch. Yes,
they are fun to watch. There was a guy, I haven't seen this on video, but I knew this because he was in the league with my Pawtucket Red Sox. He was a catcher, and he peeled a potato. He got banned. He got thrown out of the league. He peeled a potato and stuck inside his chest protector.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity came for him to pick off a guy like at third or even for, I forgot what base it was, he comes up. He's got the ball in the glove. He comes up. He grabs the potato that's been peeled, so it's white.
Yeah.
Chucks it down over the first baseman's head. The guy on first takes off for second. He throws him out at second, or whichever direction, second to third, or whatever. And when the umpires saw what happened, they thought it too. He got the guy. The ball went out there, and they looked at him. You got the ball. What's he got? He's got a potato. Both everybody. I thought that was a great idea.
That was a great one.
The catcher got thrown out of the league.
One of my favorite. We lived in Iowa when I was a kid, and they used to, and men's fast pitch softball was huge out in the Midwest, and of course around here too. I guess they also had some of it, but in the Midwest, I mean, big time leagues, guys getting paid.
Wow.
Baseball, softball bat manufacturers sponsoring teams. I mean, just big time. And there used to be a travel guy team called the King in His Court.
Oh, I know that. Oh, absolutely.
The King in His Court, yeah. And they had an outfielder, an infielder, the pitcher, and a catcher.
Yep.
That's all they had.
Yep, I remember
And that the guy used to pitch from second base.
That's right. I knew he pitched from a distance. So
when he pitched from the mound, you could not hit him. No one could. I mean, you could not. From second base, maybe you had a chance. But from the pitching mound, are you kidding me? There's no way you did that.
And one of
the things he used to do,
whatever he did was spin. He got a lot of guys to pop up.
Oh, of course. If they could get their bat on the ball.
If they could get a piece of it.
If they could get the bat on the ball. But one of the things he did, which was his funny little thing, and when he first did it, what happened was he realized he's sitting there pitching these fastballs, and these guys are trying to time it, because they couldn't see the ball. They're just trying to swing and hopefully get some piece of it. Yep. And he used to pitch behind his back. And strike people out behind his back. Phew, phew, between under his leg. Phew, all these kind of things. And then one day he pitched it behind his back into his glove. Okay, he threw his glove down like this.
Nice.
And he went whoop, into his glove, and the catcher went in his glove, and the umpire called a strike.
The ball never got to the plate.
Ball never got to the plate. Never left the glove of the pitcher. So the catcher jumped up and ran out to the pitcher right as soon as he caught the ball. Well, it didn't catch the ball, whatever. And he coming up there, and the batter is arguing with the umpire. And the guy from King in His Court said, He goes, oh, he knows I didn't pitch the ball to him. He goes, no. He says it was a ball. The batter was arguing balls and strikes with the umpire. He didn't argue that the ball came. He just said it was a ball. It wasn't a strike.
They used to come every year to Pawtucket and perform. They were really good.
King in his court?
Yep, King in his court.
Yeah,
and Max Platkin, the crown prince of baseball. Look up Max Platkin. It's hysterical. He would do all kinds of crazy little things, and then he would do like a Globetrotters type of thing where he follows the umpire around. And can you pull up video, Max Platkin?
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
The crown prince of
baseball. Obituary. Buried in Washington Cemetery.
Yep.
Matthew Platkin, our lawyers. Platkin, 1940 census. Hold on, we need to go Max Platkin on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go, Max Platkin. There's no the only video is when they called it Max Platkin Day or something like that. Some of the New Jersey governor made it.
Oh, you know what? You know why? I'm thinking there was not a lot of video back then when I was a kid.
That's true.
Oh, here's his highlights. Wait a minute.
Platkin's now legendary shtick has become familiar.
Oh, and one other thing you need to. Well, I don't know how I'm going to share this with you. How do I do that?
Just tell me what the address is. Platkin?
Yes, Platkin.
Okay. Max Platkin, Bull Durham. What's that about?
Well, let's see that. Is he wearing a suit?
The ball. The last check I got, the newsboy cashed my check. I'm only joking, I hope.
Now you're a movie star.
I'm not really a movie star, but I'm so flattered and so thrilled. Last check I got, the newsboy cashed my check.
Here we go. Hold on.
Did you see that pitch? Jeez! Oh!
Now this was 70s, you gotta go with it. I can't tell what music they're playing in the background.
Can you see him?
I see him. I can't tell what the music is that he's dancing to, but yeah, there's the audience applauding. There you go.
That was it.
It was good.
Then they got interviews with him, and
all time.
He played.
He played, but he played a few years in the minors, and
Hey, it's McGrath. When I first started online, I started using video presentations, shooting them with my iPhone.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. I love this stuff.
Your narrator is Oscar Reichel. This is the home territory of the Pacific Coast League. From Seattle to San Diego, more than 1,700 miles apart, our splendid teams play, taking in Portland, Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, with Hollywood and Los Angeles in between. In the top leagues of the East, the American and National, the longest distance is some 900 miles. O'Doul didn't complain. He didn't take.
Patkin's now legendary shtick has become familiar fare at ballparks everywhere.
Oh, Patkin.
Meet the crown prince of baseball, Max Patkin. Max, good to see you, because when we talk to you, we have a chance to go back and visit a little bit of Kansas City baseball history. What comes to mind when you hear Kansas City baseball?
Well, the old Kansas City ballpark. When I performed there in the late 40s, when Dick Bartell was the manager. In fact, my old roomie, who was Al Rosen, played there before he joined the Cleveland Indians. And Hank Bauer, who I broke in with, and oh my gosh, a good many years ago in the old Wisconsin State League. But I never forget the time. Boy, he was a tough manager, Dick Bartell. He was from the old school. And I'm one of the few baseball coaches or comedians, if you want to call it the clown prince of baseball, that travels all over the country working minor league ballparks. That wasn't really appreciated by some of the old old baseball players, because I coach while the game is in progress. See, I'm the only one that's allowed to do it. And by traveling 100,000 miles every summer, which I'm going to do again this summer for the 43rd straight year, believe it or not.
And you had a chance to see the Black Baseball League circuit as well.
Oh, I've worked with the Black Baseball
League. The Monarchs,
League.
for
Sure,
example. Tell me about the Monarchs.
Kansas City Monarchs. When I remember the old Kansas City Monarchs, when I traveled with the Barnstorm with the Bob Feller All-Stars, we played the Kansas City Monarchs out of California. Along the coast here, all along different. Satchel Paige was the star pitcher.
How fast was he?
Oh my gosh, he could throw, and I'll never forget. I still forget when I was a kid growing up in Philadelphia, which is my home. I used to watch Satchel Paige pitch, and let me tell you, they don't have the guns, and they didn't have the guns, the radar guns, to time the ball at the speed of a ball in those days. I would say Satchel threw around 95 miles an hour. I have to believe it, yes. And he could hit like the old expression, he could put it on a dime. And he didn't even have a curveball in those days. I was with the St. Louis Browns in 1951 when Satchel was in his 50s. I worked for Bill Veck, and he was with the ball club. And I used to warm up Satch.
I'm enjoying this.
1 and 2 innings of every ball game. Yeah. And I'd warm up Satch when he'd come in. And let me tell you something, that was the funniest thing. He'd throw me that blooper pitch, and I'd take the big swan dive, and the crowd loved it. But to make a long story short about Satch, there was, in baseball, what is more boring than a pitcher coming in from the bullpen to pitch, right? A long wait, and then you go to the men's room, you go out to the concession stand. But Satchel Paige, when he came in from the bullpen, everything stopped. And he would walk with that gait with those big feet. And with every stride, as he got closer to the mound, the crowd would stir. And then he'd get to the mound, and he'd throw 1 or 2 pitches. That's all he threw, warm-ups. And he'd turn around and says, Oz is ready. And I'm telling you, he would throw that ball. And he was faster than even his late years in life.
How is baseball different in his day when you were working with him and the way it is now?
Well, there were 2 8-team leagues. I know we don't have a lot of time on this show to explain the whole thing, but I'll try to condense as fast as I can. The difference of baseball, the players in my day and in the 30s and 40s and early 50s, they were great. But the thing that has changed baseball is the expansion. Expansion has done it, and the AstroTurf and all these new stadiums, but the fact that they made so many new teams, they've weakened the structure of the type of ball player. The players of today are great.
Kind of thinned out the personnel.
That's exactly right. If you took the best players out of the 24 to 26 teams that are around baseball today, and you put them in the 2 8-team leagues like when we were in my day, you'd have some great ball players.
Listen, Max, let's remind everybody, you were around long before the chicken.
Oh, my gosh. The chicken's good. I won't knock him, but he's making only $1 million a year.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, that's all. Are you kidding? The last check I got, the newsboy cashed my check. I'm only joking.
Now you're a movie star.
I'm not really a movie star, but I'm so flattered and so thrilled to be in this movie, Bull Durham. In fact, Ronnie Shelton, who is the writer and the director of the movie, used to watch me perform in Amarillo, Texas. He used to be a second baseman. He played for Joe Altobelli at the Texas Rangers. Well, they weren't the Rangers in those days, the Orioles. And then he played also at second base in Rochester. And he remembered me, and he loved my act. And he wrote me into the film. Not that I have a great big part, But the fact that a lot of people will see me that never saw Max Patkin, that would probably have said, like a lot of these writers here today at this particular conclave, they'll all say, what is a Max Patkin? Well, now they'll know.
What do you think? Would Satchel have had charisma to be on film?
Oh, my gosh, he was fantastic. The man was, and I'm not going to be trying to be cute, but he was colorful. And it's something that there's a lot of players don't have today. There was only X, and we can count them on your two hands. Guys that would really get you excited when they go out there like a pitcher or a certain character. You know, Frederick was a great one. I thought he was great until he hurt his arm.
I'll tell you what, we're going to break this down because you're going to do some of your act for us. So you're going to give us a look.
Well, I won't give you my act. I don't have my uniform or everything, but I'll give you a few motions that I make out there in some of the faces. And, you know, I'm a pretty guy.
Okay, let's go ahead and cut it now. Okay. Shall I stand back, or can I just?
When I coach, I usually give the sign to the catcher, you know, I mean, to the batter and whatever's coming. And I go through these different motions and some of the facial expressions I make, and I'm very loose jointed. When I get the uniform on, you'll appreciate it. This is the one I always like when I lean over and I start to try to, you know, to give the sign, and I. Face it, come on. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hit that ball. Ooh,
see, I could do that.
Hey, how corny can you be?
Thank you, Max.
Okay.
Fantastic. No,
He made a living,
appreciate it.
minor league ball, so you're home during the year. You go off for, you know, April to September.
Sorry, hold on.
Stand up, Tom Cheney. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 moments that made us love Haley Steinfeld.
Show us what you got.
I am
right now.
She is.
Right here, right now. Yeah.
For this list, we'll be looking at appearances, roles, and really just any occasion where this
Hold on,
talented
I'm trying to
performer
get out of
reminded
it.
us of just how awesome she is. What's your favorite Haley Steinfeld moment?
Well, you know what?
What?
I got it for you, Lee. I got it. You do this region to get started. You know, the DMV. We got a handful of ball teams.
You've seen me. Listen, you've seen half of my act, if you want to call it an act, when we go to the Potomac Nationals games. The way I talk to the pitcher and the other players and stuff, and tell them.
And Max would coach first base, like at the Potomac Nationals. The old guy, the owner, until he got into a wheelchair, unfortunately. I mean, he was in his 80s. He was coaching first base because nobody. I don't want to say nobody cares, but it's not. The game's not going to be hinged on a first base coach what he has to say. They're paying attention to the third base coach. And,
right. That's why, like, colleges put a player out there.
Yeah,
they don't care. Yeah,
you know, and the first baseman who's warming up knows that he's on his back horse. You know, doing his gyrations, and they're cool with that. You know, and yeah, I'm telling you, it was a lot of fun. They cover his expenses and pay him. You know, what I don't know today, a couple hundred today, but back then, who knows what it was. It was a lot of fun. Kids would they'd sign autographs when he'd come out. And like I said, puts 100,000 miles on his car every summer, but he was going coast to coast the entire time.
Sure.
But if you just did, not even just the DMV, maybe more than that, into New Jersey, into, where you could go a 2 hour into Delaware, 2 hour drive, do your show, come home. If it's farther than that, get a hotel or whatever, but
yeah, good.
Then you could say, hey, I'm like Max. In fact, what you ought to do it a few times is I'm thinking of going into this. And if you remember Max, I'd like to do an act similar to that. I'll do them for the first season and get some advice. What can I do this better to make it more entertaining, to make you want me more? And then in the second year, you go to town, bigger audience. Look what I did last year. You take videotape what you did last
year. Yeah.
Email.
Actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, I don't know that I need to be down on the field. I just give me a free seat right there where we used to sit, and I'll just entertain the crowd from there every game. Just do my loud talking, talking to the pitcher of the other team. You know, hey, Abreu, what are you doing out there? How do you say your name anyway? Abreu, Abreha, Abrehe? What do you do? You know, those kind of things. Yeah. Or I love your socks. Those socks are cool, man. They match your hat. That's really cool. You know, that kind of stuff. And it's like, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah. You know, it gets in their friggin' heads.
Oh, yeah.
You start talking to them about stuff like, woo! Hey, that egglet on your shoelaces is really shiny. You know, just I don't know. There's just lots of. You know me. I'm never at a loss for words. I can find something to talk about, no matter what. And you know, I mean, the dirt. Why is the dirt so dirty? You know, just things like that. And people go, "What? What did you just say? Why is the dirt so dirty?" You know, but they start thinking about what I'm saying. They're not thinking about what they need to be doing, you know? So, but it can be distracting for the home team too.
Well, you know, it would be funny to put on a show like Max today. You know, there's a whole, not just a generation, generations. I think maybe my kids might have heard of it, but I don't know if they really know it. We used to look forward to every year. You know, so we did basically the same circuit where he would go from town to town.
Sure. And people came to the game to see Max Patkin.
I
mean, that was the key. People would, if you advertised he was going to be there, you filled up the seats.
Yeah,
right.
Advertise in the paper, and that's how we would find out. There was no internet. So you'd read the paper, you know, you see the sports section, and there'd be an ad in there saying,
"Oh God, Max is going to be there tonight. Let's get tickets."
You know, he's coming in 2 weeks, and blah blah blah. You run, you make sure you get your tickets. You tell all your friends, you know, and it really was a big night. He'd, you know, come on before the game a little bit, and then serious at the national anthem, of course, and then he would probably start teasing the umpires. Like when the home plate umpire goes and dusts off the plate, maybe give it, you know, a little
walk over and kick dirt on it.
Walk on it. The guy's got to do it again. And so I know he said that some of the old baseball people didn't like it, but he's talking about back in the 20s and 30s. Baseball people didn't like what he was doing in the 30s and 40s. But today, everybody got a kick out. You know, the 70s, 80s, 90s got a kick out of him.
Yeah.
And
especially when you have like I remember watching some highlights, some stuff, you know, and the Philly Fanatic, you know, he bumped his belly. He's very Patkin-like, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they modeled the costume even after Patkin a little bit. But you know, he's out there and he walks over next to the security guard who's watching.
Oh,
you've seen that one? And the security guard dances, and the guys and
right.
The Fanatic's like, whoa.
Security guard just basically like, you know, get out of here.
Showed him up, yeah.
And then he showed him
up. He pushed him out of the way, and then he.
Yeah, and he did his routine.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Hey, these guys, he's not kidding. The Philly Fanatic made $1 million. A lot of these guys make a lot of money.
Oh, hell yeah. And let me tell you something. When I tried out for the Washington Warthogs, okay, the Washington Warthogs were supposed to be, well, they were for 2 seasons maybe, our indoor soccer team for Washington that Daniel Schneider owned.
Yeah.
And they had tryouts for the announcer, and they had tryouts for the mascot.
Yeah.
And they had a couple, like 4 mascot uniforms made that were all Warthog ones. You make, you know, you design it, and then you have them make like 4 of them for you. And I went and tried out for the announcer.
Nice.
I heard about it. Yeah. Well, that was a weird, Fred. That was such a weird day. I'm going there. And before I left my house, I'm like, I'm not going. You know, I'm like, I'm not going. Yeah, whatever. And I was like, yeah, you are, Lee. So I went, okay. So I got in the car, and it was at White Flint Mall in Silver Spring. So I'm driving around the Beltway, and I see the Mormon Tabernacle Church, and I'm like going, nah, I'm not going. So I even pulled into one of those middle of the median turnaround things.
Yep.
I pulled off the road into that, and then I said, come on, Bailey, just freaking suck it up and go do it, you know? But I mean, I was battling.
Yeah,
I was battling with myself whether or not I should try this.
Yep.
I was scared to death. I didn't want to be going out there doing it, and then them telling me you suck, or screwing up, and then I look like an idiot and all that kind of stuff. So I had all these things going through my head, but I kept overcoming it. I kept overcoming my own. It's like my little angel and devil were fighting the whole time. And so I finally went down. I had already signed up ahead of time, went and checked in. They told me I was going to be number 30, number 27, something like that. And I'm like going, geez, that's so many guys are going to be trying out. And so I stood around, and they were very, hey, thanks for coming out, all that kind of stuff. I can't wait to hear you. It sounds great. Because she told me when I was talking to her on the phone, she goes, you have a great voice, all this kind of stuff, And they had the mascots from all the local teams. They had Slapshot. They had the Terrapin was there. Hoops was there. Yeah. The guy from the Naval Academy was there. All the mascots were there. And because it was going to be one of the announcers, one of the mascots, one of the announcers, one of the mascots. And so everybody was going to be trying out. And these mascots, when I was in the backstage, and those guys were walking around, and they're all these little guys, They're not, none of them are big guys. And they're like all talking about how they're talking to each other about because the Olympics were coming up, and all of them were going to be going to wherever the hell the Olympics are being held to be mascots around the city or wherever it was. And I mean, these guys are professional mascots. I mean, these guys are professionals at what they do. They travel all over the country. They travel all the world as mascots for different corporations, different types of, all kinds of stuff. Wow. Like, for instance, the United States Department of Transportation has, Blinker or whatever.
Blinker, I like that.
It's too bad you're not in charge. Anyway, anymore. But yeah, you would have Blinker, the mascot for the Department of Transportation. Anyway, so I'm listening to these guys. I'm going, dude, these guys are serious business. So I'm standing. So then we're out there, and they're going to get ready to start. And I'm feeling okay, right? Well, they get the first guy is the guy that I think it's the guy that used to work at the Cap Center who made me want to be an announcer. Wow. The guy who used to do the Caps games, and he was my favorite thing ever. This is the moment that I knew I wanted to be an announcer. Fred, and I don't know if I've ever told you this story. I think I probably have, but you've probably forgotten. Me and I think Bill, maybe we went to a Washington Warriors indoor arena football game. If you remember them back in the early 80s. And in fact, or the Commandos, maybe they were called the Commandos. And they even had a guy who zip lined down to the field with a football wearing a full Army uniform, Ranger uniform kind of thing, And we're sitting in this place, and we're having a great time, and the football players are doing their thing. And somehow at some point, they started the chant back and forth across the Cap Center. Tastes great, less filling. Tastes great, less filling. Back and forth across. Tastes great, less filling. Tastes great. And then all of a sudden, this voice from God goes, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? And everybody in the freaking place shut up. They were in a froth doing tastes great, less filling. He says, ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Everyone shut up. He said, please remember that here at the Cap Center, Strohs is spoken here, right? Right? He shut everybody in the place up. He said that, and I'm like going, oh my God.
That's brilliant.
The control that man's voice had over that entire arena. That's what I want. I want to be the guy who says, ladies and gentlemen, please may I have your attention? And have everybody go, what?
I have a buddy of mine.
Bite my ass. No.
Who said that was the greatest, the guy I worked with in government, the greatest job he would ever want would be to be an announcer in baseball. Because he says, what you see. Now batting for the Baltimore Orioles, number 7, Joe Schwartz.
Yeah.
You see that. The number 7 with the Schwartz on the back is getting up to go to the plate.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
and then what did the guy remember the announcer at and I don't know if it was at the Nationals game or whatever, but he used to go, "Thank you."
Thank you. That's right.
Remember
That's
he
right.
used to go, "Thank
Was it
you."
Nationals? Yeah. Was it the Washington Nationals?
He may have been the Orioles guy too, but at some point, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
There's so and so, or he would say, "Please remember that so and so and so and so. Thank you." And it was always his tag at the end of any advertising. If he said, "Right now in the concession stands, we have $1 off beers. Thank you."
Thank you.
And it's like that was cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
so I announced games. I announced games. I loved announcing games.
Come on out to soccer. We have soccer in Loudoun County.
Yeah.
We got to go to
soccer doesn't lend itself to an announcer, though, really. Kind of.
You and me and Billy and anybody else ought to go out, at least go to a game, nothing else. Just go to a game and have fun.
Yeah.
And then, so they're the minor league team of the DC United. And they play at that level, so they're playing the minor league teams of other teams, New England and Montreal.
Sure.
And but we got to go just to go, and then pay attention. If you see there's an announcer opportunity for you,
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you're right.
You never know.
I know.
Every one of these jobs, they say, you have to be available for every game. And in the old days, when I was young, these guys would be like, they'd have a streak of, like hundreds of hockey games or baseball games without ever missing one. And they say, my daughter's wedding got postponed. I got there late for my cousin's funeral. Like, dude, it's only a baseball game. Carry your family. So I think now they allow you a little bit of leeway. They'll say you have to be available for every game, but in reality, if somebody said, "Hey,"
when I started doing TV and with Channel 10 and stuff like that, my former radio program director at WDCT Radio contacted me and said, or I contacted him, and then so he and I kind of got back, into the flow of talking to each other, and he had already set me up. I don't know. I never found out how much or anything like that because I realized no effing way I can do this. But he set me up, and then I was healthy and everything. It wasn't like I wasn't healthy, but I was going to be the play-by-play voice for the GW basketball team. He had it set up. And I realized what the commitment was.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even want to ask how much it costs because I can't imagine anybody having the money to pay me for the commitment that it would take for me to have to give to do that. And I was already a youth group leader. I mean, I was doing so many other things.
Yep.
And I was just like, thank you, but I just can't see myself doing 3-4 games a week. College basketball, they play 3-4 games a week.
Plus,
I had just been the announcer at Robinson for a whole season and then got screwed out of getting paid because Olin Falk decided to let Chick Heaton come back and announce games for when they were getting paid. And Dick, I did the whole season, and then he pulled Chick in to do the last games. But yeah.
And it's not just the 2.5 hours while the game's on. You got to get there early. You got to talk to some players. You got to have some stuff to round out as you're telling stories. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, but I mean, you become their guy. Then you talk to them. You talk to the players.
Oh, yeah.
You see what's going on with the coach. Find out what's happening. Who's hurt. Who's banged up. Who's got a big toe, binky, and hurt.
Exactly, right? Because you were there hours before.
Because I'm there ahead of time when the team gets there.
My favorite
the coach up, and you know what else? All those people want to talk to me because I'm the voice of the team. You know what I mean? So they come by and go, "Hey, Mr. Bailey, how you doing?" It's like, well, how are you doing, man? Who's doing? What are you going to? How many 3-pointers are you going to get today?
When Liz was when Liz was at Lee High School, and if we ever covered one of their games of their basketball, not if, I mean, I know we could when we covered, I'd say, okay, tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll say this one's looking, hoping to go to Notre Dame and blah 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 on an academic scholarship. Not is she a basketball player, but she's got a 4.0 or something like. So
This
I
was
would get
doing
the
porn.
nuggets, and I'd give them to Matt Fetters, and then so Jill Smith at the line shooting 2. Jill's getting her hopes up to get to Notre Dame. She's got a scholarship waiting for her because of her work in chemistry and blah blah.
I would love to do
the kids. The next thing,
Fred, I would love to do a game and do exactly what you're talking about. Say, all right, Alicia Davis, she's come up to the line. She turns 18 next week and looking to get into a career in porn when she gets done with the season. As when she graduates, and I mean, oh my God, you could just do the most outrageous things.
I'll tell you what. There was one guy that I said to Matt, I said, no, this guy, I know him. I've played basketball. My kids play basketball against him. So I've known this guy for a long time. It had nothing to do with Liz. I said, this guy's like the real ladies' man on campus. So sure enough, Matt calls him, the ladies' man. And when they were in school the next day, as he walked by, ladies' man. That's the type of buzz you want to have in a school. So they're dying to watch the game. They want to watch the game more than be at the game. They want to, or be at the game and then go home and watch it.
I had kids approach me on the, just walking down the street.
Yeah.
Hey, did you used to cover high school sports?
Yeah.
And I had kids say to me, thank you so much for doing that. It was so much fun. I had parents come to me at Chantilly games saying, hey, listen, guaranteed tomorrow, all the players are going to be at my house and we're going to watch the game. Just like 2 weeks ago or whenever, when you guys had Chantilly versus West Potomac or whatever, the whole team came over and watched the game. And so I said something to, the game is being broadcast after the fact. So we have a live game that we're going to rebroadcast. And I want to say hi to the Knucklehead family or whatever it was,
Sure.
And that in their living room in Chantilly, they were like, oh my God, they're freaking out.
Oh yeah, well, it was fun for them because 99% of them aren't going to, they may play a little bit of college ball or whatever it is, but a little bit. They're not going to.
Well, no, and like for instance, my buddy Chris Kublank went to Lee High School.
Yep.
And his best friend was on the so was Chris. Chris was on the basketball team too. In fact, he coaches now at Madison. I think is still the coach at Madison. And his buddy, though, who for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he always knows me, because Chris must have introduced him and he remembers me from doing games, whatever. But he went to Italy and played for like 8 seasons.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he went and played. He couldn't break into, he played college here. He went and played college somewhere, and I don't remember who he played college for. But then he came back here. And he actually was the coach down at down on the southern. He was assistant coach at under your boy here at Mason, and then he went to be the head coach. Like Birmingham, University of Alabama, Birmingham, or something like that. But yeah, he's a great guy, great, super, super neat young man. And he played in Italy for several years, and then so it's cool, man. He did well for himself, and there's a lot of. I was, for instance, they have the NXT network. Have you seen this? It's like a newer network that does sports and stuff, and they do different kinds of sports. And one of the things they do is like Turkish league soccer. They do foreign basketball.
Yep.
You better believe there's a bunch of Americans playing on the team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you see Giuseppe Zambala, you see Madina, and then you see Michael Davis, and you see Chris Jansen or whatever, and these guys, these huge guys that are playing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who have access to a second passport just because, like me, my mother born in Canada. So you get, and I know Ireland and I think Italy. All you need is one grandparent. So,
right.
You get one Irish grandparent. Next thing you know, you're playing in a European league somewhere.
Right. Well, and then you can also have foreign players. I mean, every league has a certain rule. You can only have 4 foreign players.
Yep.
You can have up to 7 on your team, but only 3 can be on the court at a time.
Yep.
That kind of thing. And so they do that with soccer also. You can only have foreign nationals from, wherever. So Anyway, all right, Fredo. We've been recording this whole thing, so that was fun. I'll see you later. You're the best. I got to go to the bathroom, and I got to go home.
All right, buddy. Take it
I
easy.
will talk to you. We're going to have trivia Monday, so we are going to have it. So we'll have the last show
See ya.
before we get out. See you, buddy.
All right.